Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm gonna talk about you can literally can turn your life around, and which is what I did. I am I am shocked, to be honest. Moved to a different country, I have my own apartment, I make a lot of money than I can imagine. I remember I used to pray for such small things, and I would be like, God, give me this kind of job, and I could have try to get that job, most stupid job ever, but I may never get that job. Obviously, it was not meant for me. I was meant for something else. But at that moment, I would get angry because I was like, no, I want that job. But I also could not see that there was a bigger picture for me that I could not see for myself. Obviously, as well, when you are in a negative and toxic environment, you think that your life is really limited, and you think that everything in life is limited. But you have to see further than your situation. You have to look at things greater than your situation is. You can look at your family, you can look at your situation, and you can tell yourself, it does not have to be this way. I do not have to go through what my mom went through. I do not have to go through what my dad went through. I do not have to have the same life as my siblings. I can do things differently for myself. You can come from the best childhood and end up having a really bad life, or you can come from the worst place ever. Pick yourself up and create a beautiful life for yourself and your family. You are not a writing thing. You can change things around for yourself, and I want you to have that belief. I want you to believe in that. I want you try. I want you to know that it's gonna happen. So, you guys, take whatever is happened to you. Take it as a lesson. Take it as a stepping stone. It doesn't have to knock you down, and your life does not have to be that way. Because I don't think people understand this. Because some point in my past, I would never understood this. You are not a done deal. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. It doesn't matter what happened to you or what you did. You can turn your life around. And if you have that mindset and if you actually believe that it can happen, it will happen for you. God always have a bigger purpose for me. I could not see that for myself. But I remember I would constantly pray for the smallest thing ever. I could not get them. I could not get them. No matter how hard I tried, I could not get them. And there was a point where I just got hit rock bottom so hard that I I like, you know what? I do not care anymore. I literally do not care for anything anymore. I don't care. I'm just doing I'm just going to do whatever. I'm going to try to do whatever I can to make myself a better person, to make myself healthier mentality from the inside out. And that when I started to change things around, I went from never leaving my room to going for a work, going for a run. I went from watching stupid videos to actually watching things that educate me. I went from never working out to do 10 minutes or 20 minutes to work out in my room. I went from having an eating disorder and just putting everything in my body to actually thinking about what I put in my body. Being mindful about it and starting to realize that I can turn things around. When I turn them around, I think it's a sad thing, but it's liberating as well. To you know, first of all, we will never be good enough for anyone. We will never be good enough, and I will, especially if you are a man, whatever you do, no matter how hard you try, how hard you've been through tough things, you will always be knocked down for those things. Always. Because, first of all, people get insecure by men like that, and other men see you as a competition. So, at the end of the day, you constantly get knocked down by everyone, and they will tell you you are not good as you think you are, but you have to have that mentality to yourself. When you constantly reinforce to yourself that you are, you know, because it doesn't matter what other people say, it is what you believe about yourself that will manifest. I read this thing, and it's basically like your mind, basically like your unconscious mind. Your mind, your brain doesn't know anyone else. It only knows you. So if you, for example, if you say like, "Oh, that person so ugly," and your unconscious mind think that you are talking about yourself because your unconscious mind doesn't know anyone else. It knows you and your mind. So you have to be careful with what you speak into existence. You have to be careful with your words, and you actually have to be careful with what you allow other people say to you. You have to be careful who you allow in your life and what kind of energy is you allow in your life. I think that if you actually start having the mentality, or that I want to accomplish what I want to accomplish, no matter what they say, no matter who's against me, if I want it badly enough, I will, and if I want it badly enough, it will happen. You can, and you can even see this with people that are actually really bad at what they are doing. They are not good at all things, but they still accomplish what you are doing because there's there's nothing stopping them. And when you cannot stop someone, how far you can actually go. Most people don't even reach 20% of their potential at all in life. And I think the saddest thing is like for me, the one reason why I always want to be the best person, I always want to be to always want to accomplish things, the most thing that I can, because I was so afraid of being old and looking back and regretting my life and thinking that live a life for someone else. That's what my worst fear. And there what came from, and there came a point where I was so low that I was like, you know what, nobody can stop me anymore because I will not live like this. I refuse to live like this. And I think when I came to that point where you like, no, 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 I refuse to let this be my story. That when things actually shift for you, that when things actually happen. So you guys, maybe it's bad right now, but it doesn't have to be your story. You can change that around. If you live a life thinking about what other people will say, that's just the biggest prison ever. Imagine you live in a prison in the mind of others. That's insane to me. So that is no freedom at all. So You guys, I hope you guys realize that aware of you control and you can turn things around. So see you guys in another video.